everyone, welcome to today's Facebook Live event. My name is Kelsey and today I'm walking you through how to make 4 of our new holiday cocktails. All of these recipes can be found on our website, and we also have a holiday cookbook. Next week I'll be doing holiday desserts. All of these recipes are program approved, so I'll show you how to make them and adjust them if you are on maintenance. We recommend doing 1 to 2 drinks per week if you are on the program for optimal weight loss. I'm going to show you what ingredients I have. We're doing a Rosemary Gin Fizz, a skinny hot chocolate, a hot toddy, and homemade eggnog. I've never had eggnog before, so we'll give this a try. For the Rosemary Gin Fizz, I have club soda, gin, rosemary, and lemon. For the cinnamon hot toddy, lemon juice, cinnamon, vanilla, and then I'm going to use Jim Beam for this, the hot chocolate, and the eggnog with almond milk, coconut milk, some nutmeg, stevia, and then I have unsweetened cocoa powder, some tools right here. I'm going to first get started with the eggnog because it takes the longest. In here I have 2 cups of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. This you can just buy at any grocery store. It can be any brand. You just want to make sure it's unsweetened vanilla. I have coconut milk here. If you're on the program, you want to do the heavy cream and just be careful just to make sure you're not overdoing it. I'm using coconut milk because that's what I had on hand. Then I'm going to do some nutmeg and cinnamon. I'm going to put this on the stove and have it simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes. Mix this together. The goal is to kind of like infuse everything together here. This recipe from start to finish will take a decent amount of time, since once everything is mixed together, I'll have to refrigerate it for about 8 to 10 hours. So you won't be able to see the finished product, but you'll be able to see it without me putting it in a cup. So I'm gonna have that sit there for a little bit. Now I'm going to put all of these ingredients away over here. So for the Rosemary Gin Fizz, that's gonna be the easiest. I'm gonna start by cutting up my lemon. You can definitely feel free to add more lemon or less, or just omit altogether. I'm gonna get some ice put in here. I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of gin. I'm gonna put I'll put both of these lemon slices in here. So with seltzer water, so this is perfect for mixing drinks or having it on its own. Any sort of the unsweetened flavors are fine as well. You want to avoid tonic water because of the sugar content. So if you're doing like a gin and tonic's a really popular drink, but we wouldn't recommend it while you're on the program. And also, since it has carbonation, you wouldn't want to shake the drink. You would want to stir it just like this. Have a little rosemary here too. This is a great way to kind of add a festive flair. This is a large lemon, but here you have the Rosemary Gin Fizz. This looks kind of sad, but that's okay. I'm going to check on the milk here, starting to look a lot more mixed together. And then I'll give this a couple minutes and I'll start making the hot toddy. I have my eggnog mixture simmering here. Now I'm going to get started with my hot toddy. So I have a half a cup of water, and then I'll do a dash of cinnamon, sprinkle of cinnamon. I'm gonna let this boil for about 1 to 2 minutes. Then I'll start adding in the other ingredients for that one. I'm going to be using the Jim Beam for the eggnog, the hot chocolate, and the hot toddy. You could definitely do a different liquor if you wanted to. The skinny hot chocolate does call for amaretto, which is a liqueur, so you want to avoid that while you're on the program. That's why I'm using this. But if you're on maintenance, that's a great way to switch things up and have more of like a festive holiday drink with the amaretto, but it's absolutely up to you. I'm going to get my ingredients together for the hot chocolate. For the skinny hot chocolate, I'm going to do 2 cups of the unsweetened almond milk. I'm going to do a cup and a half. This is just for one person. Then I'm going to do 5 teaspoons of the cocoa powder. That is all set. I'm just going to do a little dropper of the stevia. This is something that you can find at any of the offices, or you can find at any major grocery store as well. Then I'm going to do an ounce of the bourbon. Then I'll mix this together. This is going to eventually go onto the stove, but I'm going to wait and see how things are looking over here first. So this looks good. The goal is to have this boil for about 2 minutes. Not quite there yet, so I'll check back in on these in a little bit, and I'll start getting together my second half of the eggnog. For the second part of the eggnog, it is 6 egg yolks and some sugar. So I'm just separating everything now. I wish there was an easier way to do this, but there's not. So you can, another way to kind of switch things up if you're on maintenance is this recipe can be made with honey or agave. I'm gonna make it with the stevia, and I'm not going to add as much sugar just because I don't really like my drink sweet. Personally, some people might like it more, so then I would say you want to use more stevia than what I will be using. Wow, all 6. No mistakes. I'm impressed with myself. Okay, so then I'm going to add a decent amount. It says like a half a cup to 3/4. I'm probably gonna add a quarter. This still might be too sweet, but we'll see. I'm gonna use my electric mixer here, just a hand mixer. Very easy to use. This is also great when if you make salad dressings. So I'm just gonna kind of mix everything together like this until there's no sugar left and everything is kind of mixed together. And the recipe says to make it fluffy. Doesn't look very fluffy, but that's okay. So, hopefully this doesn't fall over. Okay, do this. So the key part for the next part is slowly adding the milk into the eggs. So you want to make sure that the milk doesn't make the eggs curdle. It sounds really gross, but it also would be really gross if you had a drink that had egg curdles in it. So do this really slow while you're also whisking at the same time. Don't let it spill like I just did. So this is all done. Just put this on lower speed and kind of mix everything together this way. Now it wants you to put it back into here, which could be interesting. So see, if I spill again. It smells really good for any eggnog fans out there. So that is all set. I'm going to put this back over heat. Medium low for about 8 to 10 minutes. Then I'll add in the alcohol. Back to my hot toddy. I let this boil for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna do about 1.5 ounces of bourbon. I'll do a little vanilla. And some lemon juice. I just have this on low, on like simmer, just to kind of mix everything together. That one is all done. You can add a cinnamon stick to make it look nice and festive. If you can get them open, I can't. Maybe later. Perfect. So we have, you can't really see in there, but cinnamon hot toddy. You can definitely make that recipe like more than one drink if you're making it for more than one person. Great, easy recipe to make for definitely a cold night. This, you want to make sure that the liquid kind of coats the back of a wooden spoon. So I'll just keep stirring occasionally. I have it on medium heat. You probably will cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes. So then I have my skinny hot chocolate here. I'm just gonna heat it up so I can make my 4th drink. So my eggnog was nice and warmed up. I'm going to take about, probably, it calls for a 1/2 cup to a full cup, so I'll go right in the middle and do 3/4. And then you wanna add about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Freehanding, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Stir this around, and then you want to put this in the fridge for about probably like 6 to 8 hours. It'll definitely thicken up as well as it's in there, so unfortunately I can't show you the finished product. But if you make this recipe or any of the other ones, please let us know. Over here I have my heated up skinny hot chocolate. I'm gonna add this right to my cute Christmas mug. Looks nice and frothy. You could also add other, like you could add heavy whipping cream to it as well for a little garnish. If you make any of these recipes, like I said, let us know, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thanks for joining.